live, Miles? Am I live?
Yeah.
Thank you, Miles. Can you hear me? And if I'm going to bore you all night, I want to make sure that you can hear me well. So I want to make sure that good. So we have before us the Pleasant Valley High School band. I have so many of those, your relatives in my band, so it's really cool to have these guys here. And they're here with another person that played in my Jazz Express band, Mr. Troy Simington. Every note's a tuning up, just so you know, every note's a tuning up.
2. Thank you all so much for being here. We are the Pleasant Valley Viking Jazz Band. That piece was called Doing Basie's Thing. And we had solos from Jack on the piano. Let me make sure. Yeah, please. Let me make sure I get everyone. We heard from Tonti on the tenor. We heard from Alyssa on the trumpet. And from Bella, also on trumpet. Our next tune, we're going to change vibes a little bit, do it with a jazz waltz for you. This piece comes courtesy from the Army Jazz Ambassadors. The Jazz Ambassadors are a wonderful jazz band, and they posted a lot of free resources for school bands such as us online. And so this is one of their tunes entitled It Wasn't You. All right, thank you so much. On that last tune, we had solos from Justice on the bone, Cleo on the trumpet, Ben on the alto, and Bella on the trumpet. This next piece, we're going to take a quick second and get the drum set switched around here. This next piece is going to feature Justice here on the bone. This is an 80s song, or an 80s kind of style ballad entitled It Wasn't You. Oh, did I say the wrong name? I said the title of the last piece, my apologies. This is The Way We Were. to take a quick moment and thank a couple of people. First and foremost, Rocky Winslow for having us here today for doing all of this that he does. This really brings me back to my time in Jazz Express playing on this stage in this exact setup. So this is very nostalgic for me, but it's weird to be on the other side of it. So thanks for having us, and thanks for having me out here in front of you guys. Thank you. And I want to do one more thank you to Jerry Pinter, who you guys will be seeing perform later. He took some time out of his day today to work with this group on stage, and we were able to have a wonderful clinic with him and learn quite a bit. So a big thank you to him as well. We only have one tune left for you guys. This is going to feature a few different soloists. Let me make sure I get everyone. We are going to have Jack on the alto. We're going to have other Jack on the bari. We are going to have Chase on trumpet, John on vibraphone, Cleo on piano. You heard her on trumpet earlier, and now she's going to be on the piano for you. We're going to hear from Tati on the tenor, and we're going to hear from Eddie on the kit back there. Am I missing anyone? This piece is titled Soprano by Andrew New.